What is up, you guys? I hope you all had a great weekend. Today, we're going to be talking about these insane Black Friday numbers that have come through. Cyber Monday was yesterday. We're going to talk about that. We're going to go over a couple of companies that I think will actually perform really well going into Q1 and Q2, specifically with earnings. We're going to talk about the buy now, pay later aspect of this, which is up like 80%. And ultimately, if I think there's going to be a Santa Claus rally towards the end of the year. So hit the like button, subscribe, check out our Discord community down below. It's completely free. As always, you guys get access to free courses, free live streams, free seminars, free webinars, free trades, all my long-term investments I throw over there for free. The link is in the description, and we would love to have you guys as part of our trading community. So Black Friday sales online top $9 billion in a new record. Now, if you were to just read this, right? If you were to read this first thing, and we're going to really deep dive this article because I believe it's important. If we were to read this initially, we would say to ourselves, Black Friday sales top 9 billion. That's wild, right? You see this, you walk away, you think to yourself, consumers have money in their pocket. If last year was insane because we had money in our pocket, and 2021 was great for Black Friday, and we've beaten this, especially when you're looking up like overall online is up 2.3%, as well as a couple of these other things that we're talking about. Online sales are up 221%, etc., etc. You think to yourself, consumers have money in their pockets, this is great, etc. It's not the case, because when you really get into the bullet points and you really look at this, 78% has been, well, I shouldn't say 78%, but buy now, pay later has increased 78%. So it's not like all sales were buy now, pay later, but the buy now, pay later aspect, like Affirm specifically on Amazon, has increased 78%, which goes to show you that yes, people are spending money, but the whole buy now, pay later being up nearly double is a good indication that people don't necessarily have that money that they are spending, but they're accustomed and used to that type of lifestyle. So let's get into these numbers. Consumers spent $9.12 billion online during Black Friday this year, according to Adobe, which tracks sales of retailers' websites. Overall online sales for the day after Thanksgiving were up 2.3%. Electronics were a major contributor as online sales shot up 221% on an average day over October. Toys were another popular category, which is up 300% nearly, and exercise equipment is up 218%. Consumers embrace flexible payments on Black Friday as they continue to grapple with high prices and inflation. Buy now, pay later payments increased 78% compared with the past week. Beginning November 19th, buy now, pay later revenue is up 81% for the same period. Okay, one of those first companies that comes to mind is Affirm. Now, I'm going to not lie to you. I have lost a lot of money on Affirm last year. I was buying Affirm long-term up at the 90s. I closed it out for a significant loss. And since then, I've been watching Affirm to potentially invest in long-term since. I will do a full Affirm breakdown if you guys want me to, because I do think that it's very attractive right now. I think that there are some issues long-term to where, why couldn't Amazon just knock this off? You know, there's huge competition. Many of these other companies can do this. I'll do a full company breakdown. But Affirm is one of those companies, as soon as we got that news that came out, we did have a sizable pump yesterday, followed by a sell-off, a little bit of a pump today, followed by a sell-off. But this is a company, Affirm, that could have insane Q1 earnings, like potentially push the stock up 20% type of earnings. I might look into that potentially to grab some for the next year or two. So some of the hottest items are consoles, drones, Apple MacBooks, Dyson products, Fortnite, Roblox, Bluey, Funko Pops, Disney, Encanto, according to this report. Black Friday shoppers also broke a record for mobile orders. 48% of online sales were made on smartphones. The record-breaking spending comes off the heels of a strong day of Thanksgiving shopping, in which consumers shelled out an all-time high of $5.29 billion, up 3%. Typically, shoppers shopped about $2 to $3 billion in a day, according to Adobe. For retailers, these numbers may have been a promising indicator of the coming weeks. Early holiday forecasts have been muted by Target, Macy's, and Nordstrom's, and other retailers in a lull sales in late October, early November. Sentiment has also been weakened in the past month as inflation hovers near 4-decade highs. Black Friday is over, e-commerce activity will still remain strong through the weekend, according to this report. They expect that consumers to spend 4.52 billion on Saturday, 5 billion on Sunday, ahead of the biggest shopping online day, Cyber Monday, and they're expected to do 11.2 billion. I'm not actually 100% sure what they ended up doing for Cyber Monday. But this is really big. Like this is really big for not only the holiday season, but there is a potential play here with this, pay now or buy now, pay later strategy that a lot of people are using. So this is something that I wanted to talk about because I feel that, like I said before, at the end of the day, yes, this could be good for these consumers, but I ultimately think the best thing is going to be a firm, and I'm contemplating grabbing some leap calls or potentially some shares to hopefully get a nice bump going into the earnings season next quarter when we would see a lot of this pan out. Now, at the end of the day, I'm not 100% sure if I want to sink money into this as a long-term investment. What I probably would do is actually just grab 1-year leap calls on a firm around 12 or 13 bucks. The ones that I was looking at were like January 2024 1250 calls, I believe. And those were pretty solid. They would end up having me hold them for over a year, so I wouldn't have to worry about short-term capital gains, I don't believe. And also at the end of the day, something that would be really cool is just the fact that I only have to put up like 2 to 3 grand instead of having to put like 10 G's that I don't want to just like tie up in a firm, even if it's like a YOLO lottery trade. Or like swing for next 6 months. At the end of the day, I do think this is something that could be worth taking a position in. As far as Santa Rally, guys, I made a video talking about the S&P 500 yesterday and how we're not looking too hot, so I don't want to beat that to the ground because I just did that. But ultimately, I don't know if a Santa rally is going to happen. And there is no fundamental reason for a Santa rally to happen most of the time. So we'll see what happens. I will keep you guys posted, and we'll see going in the next couple of weeks if we can bounce off of 390 and push over 400. We could get a rally. If not, I do think, unfortunately, we're going to see the market sell off pretty aggressively going into the end of the year. As always, guys, thanks for all the support, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.